What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue, and a subscriber of mine, Sheila67, that came up with an idea for me to make shrimp scampi. And shrimp scampi is kind of near and dear to my heart because back in the days when I was like working at Burger King back in 1987, when I was like 18 years old, I used to take people out to these little fine dining establishments, and I didn't know anything to order but shrimp scampi. So I figured, since she asked me to make it, I figured I'd at least pump it up a little bit. So we're gonna do a traditional shrimp scampi with a little bit of kick to it. So come on in and take a look at what I'm working with. Ingredients are gonna be, I got some 16-20 count shrimp. So got some good sized shrimp going. I am rolling with some garlic, a lemon. Here's kind of where we're gonna kick it up a little bit. We got some shallots, parsley, flat leaf parsley. I got some basil, some green onions, some butter. We're going to be rolling with some extra virgin olive oil, some red pepper flakes. We're not going to be using like rice or pasta. I'm going to be doing this on some bread. So we got some French bread, baguette, thin one. I got a little bit of Sauvignon Blanc, or Sauvignon Blanc if you want to say it correctly. Those are going to be our main ingredients. We will obviously be seasoning them with salt and pepper as well to taste. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get some of this stuff prepped up right quick, and we're going to go from there. And actually, so if you want to make this more traditional, you could skip the shallots, you could skip the basil, and you can skip the red pepper flakes. But that's what we're rolling with. So I'm going to get this prepped. We'll be back in a minute. Go ahead and add some olive oil to this pan. And I have this kind of heating up a little bit slowly. The reason is when I add this garlic, I'm not going to want it to come up to temperature too fast. So kind of stir that in. And I'm going to let that go for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and add our shallots in. 2 minutes in, I'm going to go ahead and add these shallots. And I'm going to have the recipe, or I'm going to have the actual amounts down in the description. So check that out unless you want to wing it. And I'm going to go ahead and cook this for about another minute and a half. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and a minute and a half has passed. I'm going to go ahead and add half of our butter. Now I'm going to add our Sauvignon Blanc. As long as it is a dry white wine, you are good to go. But you know what? It could be some Thunderbird and it'll probably be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let that come to a simmer. Should only take about a minute, and we'll be back. I'm going to let it, actually, you know what? It's going to take about 3 minutes. I'm going to let this wine reduce by about a half. Reduced by about half. It's actually been closer to 5 minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw some kosher salt in here now. And I'm going to go ahead and salt that now so the shrimp gets coated with it. And I'm going to add some coarse black pepper. And I'm going to add my pepper flakes. And I'm not going too heavy on the pepper flakes, I just want a hint of that. So now I'm going to go ahead and add this shrimp to it. Now I did leave the tails on this shrimp, and the reason I left the tails on this was because we are not eating this with linguine or rice or anything like that, so we're going to be kind of using our hands on this. So the tails will give it a little bit more of a flavor. Ideally, you're going to want this to be one level, but I am cooking 2 pounds of this, so we still should be fine. So I'm going to let this cook till it starts getting pink, and then we'll start adding a few more ingredients in. Starting to get a little pink. I'm going to go ahead and add in now my lemon juice. And my sliced green onions. I'm going to stir that in. And I'm saving this basil and parsley till the end. So I'm going to let this go a little bit longer. We're going to add that in and it should be a done deal. About 3/4 of the way cooked on this, so about 2 minutes has passed. I'm going to go ahead and add the remainder of the butter. I'm going to start stirring that in. It's going to thicken it a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my parsley and my basil. Now this is a sauce that you could have as thick or as thin as you want. Like I said, we are going to be doing this on some bread. So this is going to be a little, it's still going to be thick, but it's going to be a little bit on the thinner side so we could soak up some of this juice with the bread. And now that I'm looking at it, you know I got to add a little bit more red pepper flakes. That's going to add some color, and it's going to add a little bit of heat, and you know how I am with my heat. So that's going to go just a little bit longer, and we are going to be done, guys. So next time you see me, it's going to be time to actually get to eating. I've got it kind of plated up a little bit, have these French baguettes cut up. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of sauce on here. Now, let's see what it tastes like. We got our bread down here. We got our shrimp already cooked. Looks kind of like this. So like I said, you could do this with pasta, rice, whatever you want. I left the tails on because I was going to add a little flavor to my sauce. So let's just kind of see what the shrimp tastes like. That is excellent. Now the bread, we put some of that sauce on this French baguette. That might even be actually better than a shrimp. Just joking, it's not. But anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.